How's it going, everyone? InnovativeJdawg here, and welcome to a brand new Dragon Ball Super speculation video. In today's video, I wanted to predict the final battle between Moro and the Z-Fighters that's gonna go down in Chapter 66. Before we begin though, there are going to be spoilers for the recent chapters of the Dragon Ball Super manga, so if you're not caught up, go read those chapters, watch my reviews for them, and then come back to this video. You have been warned. If you are caught up though, you've no doubt been through a long roller coaster ride over the past few chapters. For many, the Moro Arc has overstayed its welcome and should have ended way back when Vegeta first utilized Forced Spirit Fission in Chapter 61. However, since Moro decided to stick around for a bit longer, we fortunately got to see a few cool moments consisting of him absorbing 7-3 and utterly demolishing the Z-Fighters, getting into an intense duel with Maris, giving us our first peek at an angel utilizing their full power, tapping into angelic powers that he stole from Maris, and finally, merging himself with the planet itself just to contain his power. Moro has been an unstoppable force of evil over these past few chapters, and he just keeps coming back, even more powerful than before. So, with Chapter 66 officially confirmed to be the finale of the Moro Arc, and with Moro being leaps and bounds stronger than he was back when Vegeta first arrived on the battlefield, what could possibly happen now? How does Goku plan on finishing Moro off now that he's fused with the ground beneath his feet? Well, what if I told you that there was a way for both Goku and Vegeta to work together to finish Moro off, serving as the culmination to both of their extensive training sessions? If you've read Chapter 65, you most likely know where I'm going with this. Because he's fused with the entire planet, Moro has essentially become a ticking time bomb. Whis pointed out that if Goku were to finish him off in his current state, it would mean certain destruction for not just the planet, but for the entire galaxy. With that knowledge in mind, Goku now finds himself in a rut. Even with Moro obtaining angelic powers thanks to Maris' abilities within him, Goku was still able to fight on par with him using Mastered Ultra Instinct. He knew that he could wear him down and eventually beat him, but he messed up and dragged the fight on for way too long. He knows that he shouldn't have kept giving Moro extra chances to walk away and surrender because Moro was simply irredeemable, just like many villains of the past. Goku shouldn't even have gave Moro a senzu bean. He should have ended the fight back when he first tapped into MUI. And now, the entire galaxy was going to pay for his foolishness. Although, because Moro's body continued to grow and expand to contain his angelic power, he started to lose his speed as a result. He was forced to merge with the planet, it wasn't his choice, and ultimately, this will lead to his downfall, because now, he's become one gigantic, unmovable object. If you recall from Chapter 61, Vegeta was shown to have the upper hand against Moro both in terms of strength and speed. Utilizing Forced Spirit Fission, Vegeta was quickly able to release all the life energy that Moro had stolen and returned it to their original owners, thanks to this mysterious new technique. Then, by the end of the chapter, when Moro had to resort to devouring 7-3, he displayed his newfound power by taking it out on Vegeta, surpassing him in every way possible, especially speed. A major drawback that Forced Spirit Fission has is that in order to pull it off, you have to physically hit your opponent. Because this technique is relegated to physical contact, if you are slower than your intended target, then you're simply unable to use the technique in combat. We saw this when Vegeta tried to defuse Moro in his fused form, but because of his increased speed, the Planet Eater quickly dodged all of Vegeta's attacks. With that in mind, let's fast forward back to Chapter 65 where Moro has become one with the planet. Because Goku is unable to destroy Moro, he needs Vegeta's help to pull off this victory, and I love that it's led to this. Usually, a lot of Dragon Ball arcs end with the big bad guy simply being overpowered by one character. Most of the time it's Goku, and while these grand finales are pretty cool most of the time, it's nice to change up the formula from time to time. Having Goku and Vegeta work together to defeat Moro not just through sheer strength or through a fusion, but by utilizing techniques and strategies that are unique to them that only they themselves can use, forcing them to rely on each other is perhaps the best finale that this arc could have come to. Just think about it. Goku is unable to defeat Moro because if he does, the entire planet will be destroyed. He can beat Moro, he just can't attack him. And Vegeta is unable to defeat Moro because he's way stronger and faster than him, especially with his newfound angel powers. But he can make it so Goku can attack him. If the two work together and realize that they're equally important in the defeat of Moro, they can actually win as a team. What I predict is going to happen in Chapter 66 is that Dende will finish healing up Vegeta and he'll rush off to the battlefield just to see how far the battle has escalated. Vegeta will then realize that he'll need to use Forced Spirit Fission to separate Moro from the planet, so that way, Goku can fight him on equal footing. I could see him powering up into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, smacking the ground to release some of Moro's angelic energy, with Moro attempting to retaliate by firing large ki blasts from his mouth in order to stop him. Dodging all of Moro's incoming attacks with ease, Vegeta successfully separates Moro from the planet due to his inability to dodge incoming attacks. Now, depending on how Forced Spirit Fission works and how Toyotaro wants to write the final battle, there's a lot of different scenarios that could play out here. The first scenario is that taking Moro's immense size into consideration, Vegeta has to put in a lot more work to successfully defuse him. As of now, we don't really know all too much about Forced Spirit Fission. We know about the drawbacks and restrictions it has as a technique, but we don't really know how daunting the process can be. Considering Moro is a much larger and slower target than he was before, it may take a lot more energy and concentration for Vegeta to pull it off. If defusing a larger target means that more energy is needed, then I could see Vegeta dropping down in transformations as he attacks the entire planet. Even in his weaker states, Vegeta could still successfully defuse Moro just as long as he remains intact with the planet and is unable to dodge incoming attacks. When Vegeta finally releases all the angelic energy into the air, Moro would revert back into his initial 7-3 absorbed state. Because Forced Spirit Fission took a ton of his energy away, Vegeta would be way too weak to continue on the fight, leaving him wide open for Moro to attack. But now, Goku could step in and easily smack Moro around some more, or he could get straight to business and use a Hakai to finish him off, because remember, Goku is capable of using Hakai in the manga. Another possible but highly unlikely scenario spawns from Vegeta releasing Moro's angelic energy into the air. I don't believe that this is gonna happen, but what if Maris could somehow come back to life through Forced Spirit Fission? I already made a whole video dedicated to discussing the possibility of Maris returning, talking about how despite being erased, he was still intact through a physical object, as seen when Moro copied his abilities. It would be really cool if when releasing the angelic energy from planet Moro, the energy manifested back into a physical body for Maris, or if when Vegeta separates Moro from the Earth, but Moro still retains all of his angelic powers, he could defuse Maris from the gem on Moro's body, almost as if he were assimilated into Moro's well-being. If you're interested in that topic, please go check out my previous video talking more about this scenario. But keep in mind, while it certainly is possible and would be a pretty cool idea, I don't want to see it happen. I would prefer if Maris remained erased. So now, that brings us to a possible third scenario. What if Forced Spirit Fission doesn't take away Vegeta's energy, no matter how big or small his target may be? What if Vegeta manages to stay in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution upon defusing Moro from the planet? Well, if this were to happen, I could see Moro being weakened or at least caught off guard from Vegeta's ability to defuse him, and I could see a fully powered Vegeta wailing on Moro until he is defused from 7-3. With 7-3 now separated from Moro, both Goku and Vegeta are capable of defeating Moro on their own. They wouldn't need to work together. Vegeta could keep bashing Moro down to the ground until he returns to his old and crippled state, since we know that Forced Spirit Fission works in succession and repetition. From this point forward, I could see Vegeta finishing Moro off on his own, I could also see Goku stepping in and finishing him, and I could also see them standing side by side and finishing him off together. Afterwards, 7-3 would still be alive and he's an entirely different scenario. Would he be sent back to prison? Would he seek forgiveness? Would he also be killed? Who knows? As much as I would love to see Moro get bashed around until he reverts back into his crippled state, I don't think this scenario would be as satisfying of an ending in comparison to that first scenario that I brought up. I would much prefer if Goku and Vegeta had equal amounts of importance in the defeat of Moro. Having Vegeta splitting him apart from the planet and Goku stepping in to finally destroy him before he can retaliate against Vegeta. It would be really cool to see Goku bring back the Hakai technique and display it in front of Whis and Beerus for the first time, and we would also get some more insight into Forced Spirit Fission if Vegeta were weakened by using it on a larger target. This seems like the most appropriate ending in my eyes because it makes the most sense and would serve as a fulfilling conclusion to both of their training arcs. So what do you think? Which scenario was your favorite, and how would you like to see the final battle against Moro go down? Is there a certain scenario that could potentially happen that I didn't mention? If so, leave your comments down below and let's have a discussion. Remember, this is pure speculation, so everybody's opinions are welcome. Chapter 66 is approaching fast, and with it, the Moro Arc will finally end. It's been a long and strenuous journey, but it's definitely going to be an arc that we will all remember for many years to come. As always though, thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like by hitting that thumbs up button. If you want to see more Dragon Ball content like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my Dragon Ball news, speculations, and discussions. Share this video around with your friends. It would mean a lot to me because it will help my content grow and become better. Until my next video though, I'll be seeing all of you later. See ya!